Hey, welcome back to the channel. Back in the garage today, and I'm going to be doing something that I've been putting off for way too long for multiple reasons, but handlebars on the 2018 Softail Sport Glide. Anyways, let's get into it. So here's the box. As you can see, just a little bit of water's been on it. It's been sitting here for a while. I did just look at the slip from ordering it. They're Thrash and Supply. I think they're mid-bend bars. I could be wrong. I can't remember because I received this October 22nd, 2022. So it's almost 3 years now. And I've been putting it off for multiple of reasons. The first thing, I'm a little worried about doing it because I don't know how to do it, and I keep saying I'm not an expert, so when I'm a little nervous about something, it takes me a little bit longer to get around to it. Shouldn't be 3 years, but anyways, I do have the service manual, so I'll be able to look at that if there's anything I run into. The second thing is I thought I could use it with the risers that are already on there. As you see, I have these aren't the stock ones. These are previous owner actually put them on them. They're a pullback riser. I think they're 4.5 inch or 4 inch, something like that. Pullback riser. The bar is thicker. This is a 1.5 inch, and I think the one I have is a 1 inch bar, the bars that I got, so I couldn't use it. So I did start at this at one point. I stopped because of that. And then the other problem I have is I'm still a new rider, so I'm not 100% sure where I like my hands to be. I do find because of the touring bikes that I've had, the Roadmaster as well as this here, I do like my hands higher up. Not necessarily the ape hangers, but I do like the bars to be a little bit taller. So when it came to that, I didn't want to go and fork out, like, risers are like $600. They're not cheap, and that's US. So what I did do is I did order, I didn't order, I found some on Marketplace, and I actually purchased some risers. So I purchased these risers off of Facebook Marketplace. They came off a Harley Davidson, so I'm sure they're going to work. It is the right size for the handlebars I have. However, the problem is these are chrome and these are black. So I was worried about putting the black handlebars with the chrome risers. However, I did just recently see a video of someone doing exactly that, and it actually looked not too bad. Again, I don't want to go out and purchase brand new risers if I don't know if I'm gonna like it. Those are 4 inch risers, so I think it's going to be a little bit more forward than what I do currently have, but I'll figure that out when I get there, and that will dictate whether I get new risers or what I'm going to do. But anyways, the fact that I'm okay doing chrome risers and black bars means I'm able to actually finally get this done. So without further ado, let's get it going. Hey, just a quick update. I haven't been filming much because it's not going quite as planned. So to get this going, you're supposed to take the seat off. I've taken out the fuse, the main fuse, and then you're supposed to take the tank off. Now, I cannot get the tank off. So the reason you take the tank off is because so you have better access to all the cabling that runs through your handlebars. And sorry, I guess I got to talk here. Runs through your handlebars for your controls, for your, your throttle, your heated hand grips, all that crap. And taking the tank off gives you better access to that little access port that's the rubberized thing here. But there is a connection underneath the tank that for the life of me I can't get it off. I've looked it up online and stuff like that, and I found a couple of videos where it's like, this is the hardest part of taking the tank off, is getting this one clasp, and I can't do it. So I've gone to my shade tree here, and I'm using a puck to hold up the front just so I have access to there. So hopefully I film a little bit more than what I have been, but just to give you an update, I've got it all prepped, but I can't get the tank off, and that's the way it goes sometimes when you don't know what you're doing. But anyways, I'm going to continue. Hey, just a quick update. I haven't been filming much because I actually had an issue getting the tank off. So basically, seat came off, the fuel tank came off, side cover coming off, and removing the main fuse. However, I really should do a video on this because I'm sure I'm not the only one that had a hard time with the connection for the fuel tank. Now the fuel tank, the hardest part about it is the connection that's underneath is actually to take out. I couldn't find it online of someone taking it off and showing it a good thing. So I should do one sometime, but I'm going to show you what the connection actually looks like. So if you do run into the same problem, you can just look and maybe it's the way you're taking it off, because that's what I thought it was only part of the connection. Anyways, let me show you. So here's the tank off. It's pretty dirty. I gotta wash up before I put it on. But here is the actual connector. So this is what the connector looks like, and on the top is the little push to pull it out. When you're looking underneath, I thought it was just this little piece that disconnected to, I know the lighting's not very good, but I thought it was this small piece that you disconnected from this piece. But it's actually the whole thing, and the pin is just on top to actually release it and pull out. So hopefully you guys don't run into the same issue as me. But I'm going to continue on. Sorry, I'm not going to be doing a very good job of taking all these things off because there's a mass of wires I have to figure out which ones come off and everything. But yeah, I'll figure it out. Okay, so we got the handlebars off. One of the big things I want to make sure is that these risers did actually fit on the other bushings, because I haven't bought new bushings. Again, this is new stuff for me, so I'm trying to not necessarily figure it out, but I want to find out what handlebar setup I want for myself. So I don't want to go out and buy a whole bunch of crap before I actually know how I want to ride. So handlebars are out. Everything was snaked through. Just takes a little patience. Son's here. He helped me take it all out, so extra set of hands will help. Now we're just going to snake them through the next set of bars. Now it might be a little bit harder because these bars are thinner than the actual where everything goes. These bars here is the same width here, but they're thicker here. I don't know if you can see that. The old ones are the same thickness here, but thicker here. So I think it's easier to put all the clips through here, but it's going to be the same over here. But the new bars are this size all the way down. So again, extra set of hands might help you out. But yeah, we're just going to crack a beer now and continue on. Well, this video really turned into not a how-to and more of what do you do when you bite off more than you can chew. As you can see, it is done now. It's probably about almost 5 hours after I started. It should not take you that long. It should be less than an hour for sure. I ran into some issues with the the gas tank. I think I might include it. I don't know. The gas tank, the connector, undoing it and hooking it back up. You can't do it. It's a pain in the ass. Hooking it up was a little bit easier. And then the other thing is actually snaking the wires through. I don't think that bar is meant for 6 different big wires going through it, 3 on each side. But I managed to do it, and I do have them on, so kudos to me. I did do a quick ride. That's why it's actually in a different spot here. I might have to change them a little bit. I need to do a little bit longer of a ride. I only went around the block a couple times. But yeah, I guess this video now is about what do you do when you bite off more than you can chew. I was ready to leave this. That's why I didn't really film a lot of it, because I was losing my crap over it. I was ready to give up. I've done that before on this bike, actually, when I did the rear tire wasn't too bad. That took 2 days only because I had to drop the tire off and have the tire replaced. But on the front fork, that actually took me a couple of days because I couldn't get the fork seal off, the dust cover. So it did take me a little bit longer, and I was without a bike for a while. This one here, I was kind of like, oh, whatever, I'm gonna leave it, I'm done. I'm not sweating over this stupid thing anymore, and I was just gonna leave it because I do have another bike. However, if you saw, I actually had the bike here on the chalk, so I could work on it in a bigger area and be able to film, which again I didn't do. So it was behind here, and then try to move that without handlebars on is kind of hard. So that one that made me do it. The other thing is found out yesterday this battery is starting to go. It will still start it. I can charge it and it will start it. Charged it yesterday, started it this morning. It does start. However, if you leave any of the accessories on even for a little bit, it does run down. So I could go for a ride, but I'm not stopping anywhere. I'm coming straight back here. So battery is on order, so that will probably be my next video, is on that. But yeah, back to what do you do when you break off more than you can chew. This is also one where if you don't know what you're doing and you try it, you can get through it. Look on YouTube, you'll find someone that does have a similar problem. Yeah, you'll get through it. Just take your time, patience. If you need to put it away for a bit and come back to it after, that's fine too. But yeah, I want to know from you guys, have you ever done a job where it was too much for you, you had to leave it, but you end up getting it done because, who knows, maybe you have a buddy that can help you out. I've only had a couple where it has taken me to the next day because I don't know what I'm doing and I worked through it. However, this one drove me nuts because I needed to get it out of the way. And goes to show why it's been almost 3 years since I bought the handlebars and actually change them. So I do think they look pretty good. I will end up changing the risers at some point because this is just a no-name. These are Thrash and Supply. I think it looks pretty good. I wasn't sure about the chrome and the black, but I think it looks fine. But yeah, I will adjust a little bit more, and yeah, eventually I'll change this, but it won't be as bad because you can just leave everything hooked up and just change that. It won't be an issue. But yeah, have you ever bit off more than you can chew, and what did you do about it? Did you piss and moan and finally figure it out? Did you drop it, leave it for the next day, get a buddy to help, or did you bite the bullet and bring it in and have a mechanic actually do it? Anyways, until next time, later.